Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating topic, the 7 gods of Brazil. Often, we associate deities with ancient and distant cultures, but did you know that Brazil has its own mythology rich in powerful and intriguing gods? In this video, we will delve into Brazilian folklore and get to know 7 gods and entities that are part of our culture and tradition. Get ready to discover exciting stories and captivating legends. Let's embark on this mystical journey and unravel the secrets behind the 7 gods of Brazil. Don't miss out! Jurupari is a mythological character from the indigenous peoples of South America. The Ma people depict Jurupari not only as a demon but as evil itself, the one who gave rise to other demons, such as Ayag or Mapinguari. There are many legends about this character that portray him as both a legislator and a demon. During the arrival of the first Europeans to the continent in the 16th century, Jurupari was the most widespread cult. In an effort to combat it, Catholic missionaries started associating Jurupari with the Christian devil. Jurupari, the legislator. It is said that the indigenous woman Susi ate the mapati fruit, which was forbidden to women when they were fertile. The fruit juice flowed down her body to her intimate parts, and thus, a boy was conceived. As punishment, the woman was expelled from the village. In reality, the child's father was the sun himself, known among the indigenous people as Guaraci. When the time for birth came, her son revealed himself as a wise creature who would come into the world to bring new customs and laws to mankind. That's why Jurupari is regarded as a legislator among some indigenous peoples. Jurupari, the demon of dreams. Another version states that Jurupari was the demon who visited the indigenous people while they were sleeping. Jurupari would cause them nightmares and prevent their victims from calling for help. This legend was encouraged by Jesuits and other religious figures who identified indigenous religious practices as malevolent. Macunaima. This mythological god or hero comes from the stories of the Macuxi and Wapachana peoples, who are 2 tribes from the Roraima region. Macunaima is a warrior Indian who was born out of the love between the sun and the moon. In fact, this story is very similar to that of Jackie and Guaraci from the Guarani people. In ancient times, in the vastness of the Brazilian tropical forest, Jackie and Guarani lived, 2 divine beings who reigned over the night and the day, respectively. Jackie, the beautiful goddess of the moon, was known for her silvery luminosity and gentle glow, which illuminated the paths of lovers and inspired poets. Guarani, the powerful god of the sun, radiated warmth and life to all of nature, bringing forth the dawn and filling the world with colors and energy. The 2 fell in love, but couldn't be together. As the sun descended, the moon rose, and vice versa, until nature decided to create the eclipse so that the 2 could be together. The plan worked, and from this love, Macunaima, the joyful child from Mount Roraima, was born. Kuat and Iaa. Kuat and Iaa were 2 indigenous gods from the mythology of the Mamaya tribe in the Amazon. They lived in a time when there was no light in the world, and everyone was afraid because of the darkness. The sunlight did not reach the world because of giant birds that flew in the sky, blocking the sun's rays. These birds were vultures, and everyone hated them. So Kuat and Iaa, who were great warriors, decided to come up with a plan to drive these animals away so that the light would shine again. They hid inside the carcass of a dead animal and waited for one of these vultures to approach. As soon as a big vulture approached, they waited for it to eat and hid in its feathers. Unaware, the vulture carried them to where its nests were. Once there, they went after Yorixiriamori, the king of these birds. Kuat and Iaa managed to overpower the king and, after threatening him, made an agreement that they would only fly during half of the day, which then became known as night. In this way, the sun started shining again throughout the Mamaya tribe. Yorixiriamori. With his beautiful singing, the god enchanted the women and aroused envy and anger among the men. The angry men joined together and tried to kill him. In a mysterious way, Yorixiriamori would appear when the women of the village went out to bathe in the river and started singing. He had the appearance of a physically beautiful indigenous man and a voice that left the indigenous women in love. When the indigenous people learned of what had happened, they tried to find Yorixiriamori, but he climbed up a tree and sang even louder from there. The indigenous people, however, did not give up, and with no place left to climb, yorixiriamori transformed into a bird and flew away, never to return. Yebá beló. Yebá beló, the woman who appeared out of nowhere, is the main figure in the creation myth of the Desana indigenous people, who lived in the upper Rio Negro, on the border of Brazil and Colombia. From her illuminated quartz abode, she created the entire universe and the living beings that inhabit it. Humans were created from the apadu, a leaf that she chewed. Anhangá. In Brazilian myths, anhangá was a powerful spirit who protected the forests, rivers, and wild animals. It usually appeared as a huge deer with white coloration, eyes red as fire, and sharp horns. But it could also appear as an armadillo, a man, an ox, or a pirarucu, a large fish. Legend has it that anhangá punished hunters who mistreated animals and the forest. The invaders could be struck by invisible blows, gored, or kicked, or they could fall under the spell of magical illusions, getting lost in the forest or worse. However, it was possible to offer sugarcane liquor or rolled tobacco to anhangá, seeking his protection. Burning cashew nuts and making crosses with wood from the forest itself also kept him away. However, this only worked if the hunter behaved properly. So, we have reached the end of another video. Thank you for watching until here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. See you next time.